Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? I see Nikki was here earlier. She's probably asleep. Hey, brother Ron Britt, how you doing? Hey, Daniel. Hey, Justin. Uh, anyway, and that's that gate there. The guy did an awesome job. I did that video mainly. I didn't even I should have put a link to the guy. Anyway, he does. Yeah, I didn't do a breakdown on it too. Okay. Now he had to chip away and slide out and cut out the three or four slabs that slide. Let me say, I'm giving you guys the Italian hands that you can't see, that slide down in between those deals. Okay, take those out. One of them is the one that you see walking out towards where they put the blocks to walk. um, then he had to go and pick up all the material, which came to 5,000 baht. Okay, then he built the arbor, built that all, had a guy help him for almost a day and a half. I want to say almost 2 days. Put everything together to paint it, make sure everything it's awesome. Okay. My wife loves it. She's already got I don't know if you can see it on here. You probably can. In fact, I can bring she's already set the roses. Let me pull that up just for the hell. Yeah, you can see. I think you can. Can I get in? Yeah, there. She's already set the roses. Those are those climbing roses there to go up on both sides. I don't think you can. Can you see this side? No. Anyway, it's there. So both sides she's done. Um, and the whole thing, the arbor, she was an afterthought. She told him it was 7,000 baht, and it ended up being like 8,200 baht. I mean, and like I said, this guy, besides he's learning the solar, okay, as far as the programming and stuff, but his electrical abilities and to do, what an electrician, which is what he is, do. Besides, he can do anything else. So anyway, he did all the wiring and stuff for my drum filters, for the koi pond. He did a bunch of stuff for me. Good morning to you. If you didn't get a chance or if you watched that video, I think there's one point that I said over to the right here, and I'm using my hands again. You guys can see me. What did I do? Over to the right, I said, is where we're going to build that 2-bedroom Thai style house for the in-laws. And then I said, to the right, I really don't know what they're going to do with it. And I started thinking about it, and I could put in an awesome freaking pond there. I'm figuring at least double the size of mine. So 12,000 gallons. I don't know how many liters that is, a million. I don't know. A crap load. Some nice, I can order drum filters and biological chambers and everything, all built in one straight out of China. So all I'd have to do, what I would do in that instance is I would bring the bottom. It would have 2, maybe 3 bottom drains. I haven't designed it yet. It's going to cost. I got to put a cost figure together too, because it's going to be a little on the pricey side. Because I'm not going to put in junk. I'm going to put in good stuff. But it would be an awesome pond. I'm going to build it, 2.5 meters deep. Mine's 2 meters, and have at least like mine a meter above. So you can sit on the edge or you can look. I don't know if I'll put windows and shit in it. I have one on the front, but I don't know. I'm used to looking at koi from the top anyway. Plus, I don't know. We'll have to see. Hey, Scott, how you doing? So when I thought about you, actually, when I was looking at that, going, man, that would be an awesome project, because I could get one big drum for that, and biological, and then 2 probably big stainless steel this time. Yeah, depending on the price. But the same companies that I've been looking at in China sell both the drums and all the deals put together with for the UVs already set in them, everything ready to go. And then they have one I don't know if I'd do a moving bed. I might just do ceramic It just seems like, I don't know. I have to think about it. So here I am rambling about koi again. I got to start a koi channel. I just start a got to love koi or something. But anyway, so I might do that. I haven't ran that by my wife yet, but I'm I'm going. I think I'm going. I got to put a price together first, but I'm going to guess be somewhere upwards, probably of 100,000 baht, is what I'm guessing. So, and I'd build the same way: slab on the bottom, one row of the regular block, and then an empty chamber, not empty but a space, and then another block. So that it's about, I want to say my walls are about 10, 12 inches thick, and then I had steel in the center, and then filled those with concrete. And it's been to over 2 years now. I think they've been in, and they've been holding up good. And I would go back to that paint again, although there's a different one that I would use now. I forget the name of it. I have it stuck away on my koi shit. But I think it would be awesome, maybe a built-in waterfall type thing, and do it all from scratch. I don't know. I got a lot of stuff to do. We'll have to see. Is your address current on your channel? Checking details to work out a visit in the new year. Yeah, I think so. I'll have to go back and look at it too. But I think it is. Oh, is it a football day? I thought Friday's a football day. What is it? Friday night football they have now? Hey, Ralph, how you doing? It's just my crappy Wi-Fi. Anybody experiencing constant buffering? I hope not. Mine's top 1,000 up, 1,000 down, so I hope it's not me. But anyway, I think I cut my damn beard too short. I look kind of pansied, but I guess my wife likes it. But I haven't weighed myself in a while. Last time I weighed myself, I was 110. So I think I'm down into, what would you call it? Single digits, 109, something like that, maybe. I feel good. I do got to get into the gym. I don't have any, no muscle tone left, but Harley Davidson tattoos. But yeah, so I really been thinking about that. I really had a good time building that, designing it, and overseeing the whole thing from start to finish, that in the pool. But with the drums and the way that you can design them now, I think everybody in the past has always said build bigger for right out of the gate. But I wasn't that way, because people get overwhelmed. Even if they had a 6,000 gallon like mine, might even be too big on a first pond type thing. I think a first pond in the 1,000 gallon range is good. Maybe 1,500, somewhere in there. But anyway, I'm rambling about koi. Are you guys gonna forgive me or what? But I'm really kind of excited about that. I know I've got so many things in my brain to do. I did, and this is for the Brit too. I did order a 20-gallon tank with a divider in it. So 2 10-gallons, 2 little bitty filters, and then 2 air-only filters, 2 thermometers, 2 nets, 2 breeding chambers, and I'm gonna get some guppies just for the hell of it. I did it when I was a kid, in case anybody's wondering. It brought back memories when I went into the store, and then when I had talked to about it, it got me going. I had King Cobra guppies. I remember the name of them, and they still got stuff that are called cobras. They're more the King Cobras back in the day were just black and silver. These now have blue tinges. Excuse me, blue tinges to them and all sorts of stuff. But I enjoyed it. I was 12 years old, I think, if I remember right. And I know that you had got some tanks, and you're going to do betas or whatever. I told you my wife bought like 40 of them. and all these little deals. I go, baby, she had them stacked in the bathroom on the back of the thing, and I'm going, you got to change the water and shit in these things, and there's a lot of work, and they're all dead. I don't even think she had one survive. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It was 1,299 baht for a glass tank with a divider in the middle, 20 gallon. I think it's 24 by 12 by 16. And it's got a top lid. I don't know if it comes with the bulb, but it's got the light deal on it. And it was $12.99. And then, I don't know, it was like $59 to deliver it or something. And 2 air pumps. And then I bought a bottle to do brine shrimp. I could have made one, but I'm lazy. And there was only like 200 baht. So $6. It was like, do I really want to do this? And some brine shrimp eggs, because I like feeding live stuff. Bloodworms I'll get to if I can get them. But anyway, let's see. I went to the market this morning to get another beta, and 6-year-old beat to the only one that you wanted. Damn 6-year-olds. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm going to go back to the. Maybe I'll go today. I don't know. To the. I told you my guy over here. That's where I saw him, and it got me going again. And he had a bunch of fancy. And I know the place you went to had some, and they sell them right on Lasada. Breeding pairs, like 1 male and 2 females, and 2 males and 3 they sell them in like sets, and they weren't that expensive. I think for the set of 2 and 2 for some reason. I don't know why they did that, but I think it was like 230 baht. So it wasn't expensive. So I might try, but I'm going to look at and see what this guy's got, because I like to do business with the local guys. Yeah, no shit. That's what I got up this morning and went wow, because I get up at 4. Well, actually 3:30 this morning. I was a little early this morning, yeah, it gets your attention. And I don't even know what is 14 Celsius. I mean, it was cold to me, and that never. I'm going to say it's going to ring a bell around what, 68, 70 degrees or something. That's perfect weather for me. Now it's chilly. Like I said, when I went on that ride with Lance a year ago, Thanksgiving, or 2 years ago, Thanksgiving, it was the same thing. And I wore that hoodie for the first time. My wife gave it to me 4 years prior to that. That was the first time that I wore it. The what I'm going to call the summer season, the high season in Isan and over this way, are just my kind of weather. It's going to top out. I think it showed 14 for a low. Let me look. Where are you? There you are. It says it's 18 right now. It's going to be a high of 27, and it was a low of 14. And so, this has been a long time that it just shows all that sun. And that's another thing that got me going a little bit, man. My solar's just been kicking butt. Because I don't have the battery bank in the garage, I had the solar guy switch the pond back over, because it wouldn't take the 900 watts. It would run out of battery and click over to the city power, and I would get I was burning between 15 and 25 kilowatts a day, and I knew I could do better. Well, the last 3 days have been 6, 7, and 8. So if I could stay around 8, that's under 1,000 baht a month. I would just be ecstatic. So, and that one handles it no problem. The sun just it wasn't great yesterday. By mid-afternoon, my big batteries over there were 100%, and they were still 40% this morning with that added, with the pumps from the pond and the air pump and the UVs and everything. It runs about 600, something like that, 600 watts. Anyway, I'm rambling again. You guys they're dropping. Oh, more people here. Hey, Jay, how you doing? Tommy. You should be riding your bike in this. Well, yeah, I am. I am, Tommy. And then I am going camping. I already set it up, going to the close one here in Surin. I was going to go Monday morning, and then I got with Andrew, and we're going to go golfing Tuesday. So I'm just going to go for Wednesday and Thursday, come back Friday. Already called the lady, 200 baht a night, and just take it over there. I'm going to lower that front on the trailer, get it level, pull it over there. It's 15, 20 minutes away, far enough distance, put the e-bike on there, and then I might even come back, and eat something and then go back with the e-bike. I got to see how far it is and how I could carry the other battery in the basket on the back just to be safe. But yeah, so I am doing something. I'll actually probably do a video. I put out that video on the gate just because I felt bad. All those new people, and that's why in the beginning of it I wanted to thank them for subscribing and all the nice comments that they made, and which I did. I added that after the fact, and just did it wasn't long. What was it, 10 minutes? And so maybe I'll do that, and then still got to do the kayak and the trailer, but I haven't had access to my truck until yesterday. I let the daughter take it. She was going back to that school, helping out with all the kids with their Thai dance. It was actually the school she went to when she was little here in Surin. She's helping her teacher that taught her back then. She's 23 now. Why did you say there's a tent set up in there? There's a golf, one of those golf deals in there. I got to get that down too. Let's see. Hey, Steven, you should get Paige and Chuck to go camping with you. It would be cool. Yeah, I think he's kind of jonesing. I think he always has something to say. When he first started, obviously you've been subscribed to him. When he first started in the States, they were in a travel trailer, and he kind of dug that. He digs mine. He liked that. I love mine. Mine's small. The only thing, would it be nice to just have one of those, what they call them here, what I call a truck and camper, but they're all in one. They're nice. I saw when I met up with one of the guys here at one of the camping deals, and he has one, and it's nice. But I don't know. Now that I've got it raised up, and now that don't have to worry about any fishtailing, it'll go just about anywhere. That truck of mine, I really dig my truck. So going to do that for a couple of days, then maybe do a Monday through Friday trip to the farm and see Craig and Ron, maybe. And then, because I got a bunch of stuff coming up, because I got my friends coming in on the 2nd. So I don't want to overload myself. I still got to get out, and I got to see Cabo too. So, and I think, Tommy, did he say he's going to be here December and January, right? 2 months? Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. He would really enjoy fishing. I really enjoyed fishing when I was in the States. I had a tracker, 17-foot. It was a crappie killer with a 60 horsepower, 4-stroke Mercury on it with live well in the front and back. I lived 2.5 minutes from Bass Lake, and I fished there. We had landlocked. They put landlocked kokanee salmon in there. I would fish those during the summer, and then they stocked it with trout, and I'd fish that year round. And during the winter, it was awesome because I would just go out there. I had one of those easy loaders type thing on my little semi-little bass boat, the crappie killer or whatever they call it. And it's not any different than their other 17-foot trackers, except it was a newer one. It was only a few years old. And it's because it's got a live well on the front and the back for the crappie. But I would just get out there and smoke 2 packs of cigarettes in 2 hours and drink a gigantic Stanley thermos full of coffee and eat 5 donuts. And I wonder why I was a fat bastard. But I feel good now. Like I said, I think I'm I'll have to weigh myself. The scale's out in the garage. I haven't weighed myself in a while, but I'm guessing I'm in the single 100s, the 108, maybe 109 deal. So I'm feeling better. I agree with that also. And there was a couple of I've been going to Bass Lake since I was 10. My aunts and uncles, that was the place. It was really surprising. I would see more people 5 hours from my house in the San Fernando Valley that I knew vacationing in Bass Lake than I did stumbling around the San Fernando Valley. It was a lot of people went to Bass Lake, and we did. Both my uncles. There was 7 kids in one, 3 in the other, and then me and my we went before my younger brother was born. We used to go, and then friends of the family, they had a couple of kids. They were like family. There was like 25 of us. We would go for 2 to 3 weeks every year. That was my uncle's vacation. So it was when I moved up there, because my ex-wife, and glorious that she is, moved up there with my kids, and I ended up moving up there to be closer to them. And it was amazing because there was nothing but good memories. And I used to drive around Bass Lake going from Coarse Gold to Oakhurst, if anybody's familiar with the area up there. And just all the memories from when we were kids all the way up to the crazy shit we did when we turned into our teens. And I could go into we played hockey. We bought hams, and we would put them in the fire. We called them tempering the pucks, and we'd smash them. And I played goalie because I didn't want to run around. And I had a bottom of a kegger, cardboard here on each arm, made a mask, had shin guards. And I mean, we whipped those things with tent poles. And people, the actual, what were they, the camp hosts or whatever, would get out there and spray down the area so that we didn't, kick up a bunch of dust. And everybody in the camp would come and watch us, every night play it half drunk. And they loved it. So we had a lot of good times there anyway. So driving back and forth to there was a kick. But the one guy that I met when we were like maybe 13, 14, he showed us his spot where they had dropped a whole bunch of, cover and concrete and shit, made like a bluff out there in the middle where he knew the coordinates of. And boy, they was just loaded full of crappie. And they're probably one of the, as far as I'm concerned, one of the best eaten fish for sure. I was just talking about you. Your ears burning? What game's on? I thought I picked Saturday. I thought Friday night, but it's Friday night football? Professional or fake college stuff? Hey, Patty, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're well. So let's see. Did I miss anything? Everybody saying hello to everybody. Cabo. Okay, Cabo arrives 2nd this morning and we'll be here till the end of January. Okay, cool. Because I think I'm cramped up between now and after my friends go, but they're going to be here from the 2nd, I think, to the 10th, somewhere around there. And what I'm going to try to do is schedule it right there. And I think I'm going to try to go for 3 or 4 days. It's too short to go for only a couple of days. But anyway, so I'm rambling about everything. But I had fun on Bass Lake fishing, but I haven't done it much here. That's why I want to do. Jake had sent me a thing over in Rayong. I've been looking on Rayong along there. There's all sorts of little bungalows and stuff to stay there, and plenty of beach. Are there any fish? I ain't got a clue, but I can go out there. I know they have some fishing places, freshwater, that you could go in and you pay for what you catch, but I don't really want to do that. But I'd like to do the surf fishing. I don't care as long as I catch something. It'd be nice to catch something that I could eat, and do a cook and work that into part of the video and get some content. Hey, Tip, Texas A&M. Oh, okay. So it's not real football. It's college football, right? I'm such an asshole. Oh, excuse my French. I wonder, let's see, and Tip's here. How you doing, Tip? Yeah. So I have a couple of things coming up. I will do a video on, it's going to be me probably drowned in a piece of shrimp out there in the water. Will I catch anything? I don't know. But I will do that, set up a chair. The weather is so nice, I don't even need the air conditioner. So I told the lady I don't even need electricity at all, even to charge if it wasn't sunny. But being sunny like this, parked where she's going to park me, the same place I parked last time, I won't have any problem. Bring my air fryer so I can cook my food that I eat. Bring my, the chicken that I make, and the avocado and tomato and eggs that I have in the morning. And it's only for a couple of days, so it'll be easy to do. Hey, Craig, you got any places around you that if I come up that way, we can go fishing, or no? Or we just fish right in your lake? I forgot about that. It's loaded full of tilapia, right? The pink ones too, I think. They're good. I don't know, man. I like tilapia. People say good and bad things are dirty fish or something. I don't know. I like them. This year, I'm going to go to Chuck and Page's, actually. He told me before, he gave me a date, so I've got a place there. I don't know if my wife's going to go with me or not. I'm going to spend 2 days there, and I'm going to go to the Christmas party. He invited me. So that's what I'm doing this year. He's not doing the wanting me to be Santa Claus. That's why another reason why I cut this. Usually I let it grow long around Christmas time in case I got to do some ho-ho-hoing, and but I don't have to this year. So, which is cool. And it'll be fun. Last year or whenever it was that I went, I didn't have time. I didn't go to the Christmas party. So this time I'll get to enjoy that. I enjoy their company. They're good people, man. So I'll have some content on that. I still got to put out, and I know I've got some stuff in the camera and on the koi fish video. And like I said, I might start just like I did with trailer trash that I can't find how to get to the freaking thing, because that would be fun to do too. But maybe I'll start up another one, start it in my name this time, and still put the AdSense account in my wife's. And start a you gotta love koi, I guess, something like that, and maybe do that. That way, because I feel bad, because I know you guys, you're friends, what I consider friends, and you watch the stuff because you want me to feel good about it. But I started up. Maybe I'll get some people here, like I did, but there's a lot of people that I think would really enjoy koi fish in Thailand. Like I said, when you're looking at, oh my God, it's freezing cold and it's 14 degrees. Did we ever find out what 14 degrees Celsius was? That's nothing. Let's see what Google Almighty says. 14 degrees Celsius is what in Fahrenheit? Oh, it's 57. So it is a little on the cool side. But my fish don't stop eating. I don't go to wheat germ or do anything. During this time of year, I just feed less. That's all. And I probably should go to a wheat germ. I didn't realize it was 57 was actually cold when I was in the States. And we were some mornings that were 11 here last year. So maybe it did, but my fish are so active. I don't know. Hey, Kenny, I was just saying I'm really excited. I took the batteries in the garage won't carry the man cave and the koi pond for 12 hours. And so it switches over to the grid. So it was popping me up at, I don't know, 20, 30, 40 between the two, and not dialing in on the house, 40 kilowatts, I'm going, wow. So 3 days ago, I had him take the pond off, put it on there because I got plenty of batteries now. Sun out, my big batteries in there, the 628 amp hour, are 100%. In the morning, they're still got 40, even with the pond on there. And this one is doing good with just this room and itself when I'm in there during the day. According to this, that those things are freaking phenomenal. The information that I get off of those Tuya $15 deals, and it tracks everything you can put in the bot, what it costs and everything. I'll bring it up here. And now that I've got the house 95% dialed in, and the garage I think is dialed in also. Let's go to usage day. Yesterday 7.45 kW. The day before that 7.08, and the day before that was when I made the adjustments, was 15. So if I could keep it, just to give you guys a deal, I think the first 150 amp hours is 3.2, and then it's 4.2 or whatever, something after that. Well, even with that, if I can keep it at 8 a day, it's below 1,000. It's like 800 baht. I would dance the jig fully dressed, not naked. I think I might have said naked before, if I could do that. So we'll see. You'll be the first to know. It'll be just about my birthday is when they read it, right around the 22nd, 23rd, something like that. So I'll make an announcement on that. I'd be happy if I could keep it even, 1,500, 2,000 during what I'm going to consider the high season, and 4,000, 4,500 during the other one. I'm still happy. And then that, of course, is with all the stuff, new stuff installed in Ubon with goose eggs. So we'll have to see. He's getting ready. The battery's done. I've already bought the new controller, and he just got to get out there and put it in. Yeah, exactly. That's helping, obviously. But if I was running the air conditioners even during the day, there's still enough sunshine to charge the batteries up 100%. So now, would my big battery set carry the house? I don't know. With 2 air conditioners running, maybe 3. I don't know. I don't think so. So we'll have to see. We'll find out that too come next rainy season. But yeah, so I'm extremely happy with that. I'm going to go camping. Not going to Sisaket, but I am going to Surin on Wednesday. Still just Wednesday night, Thursday night, coming back Friday. Just want to take the deal on a dry run because I do still want to go to Craig's. I'm going to try to time it before my friends get here, and maybe I will just. How long of a ride is it? It's 8 hours, isn't it? Is that what we figured it was, Craig? If you're still here, I think it was 7 or 8 hours. I just do it in a day, and maybe I don't even bring the trailer. Maybe I'd like to bring the trailer though. But anyway, one way or another, I want to get there. I've been talking about it for 2 or 3 years now. At the reservoir here, it's about 20 minutes from my house. I don't know if it's 20 minutes closer to you or 20 minutes further away. I don't know. Yeah, like 8, 7, 8. Okay. Yeah, I just do that. I blow out of here at sunrise. I don't like driving in the dark. And I did, Ko Chang and all that, and it's 5.5, 6 to the ferry, and didn't have any problem. Another couple hours isn't gonna kill me. So if I come up, I can blow up on a Monday, and then have all day Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days to kick it, and then come back on Friday, and then I still get to see my wife occasionally. Yeah, I know. You're probably, yeah, I think Craig said it the other day. I said, so how long have we known, from YouTube? And I think you said 3 years, right, Craig? And I thought, holy crap, I thought like a year and a half. Oh, man. You can come down. You can stay at my house. All you gotta do is just get to Thailand. I'll set up. Actually, I'll set up the trailer. Bring bring your husband and come for a vacation. And all you gotta do is just get here, and you can kick around Isan. Uh, uh, Fish Village looks cool, but maybe 400 kilometers from you looks better than. There's a couple of koi on my Facebook. I've got a couple of farms that had some good looking fish. I don't know if how you look like you're probably full on fish anyway, unless you're like me and you overstock the crap out of stuff. Yes, please. You bet, Nikki. Show up. Test me. But yeah, they had some good quality looking fish. So mine are okay. They're what and I tell people that you're not going to show the fish. You got to get something that looks good to you. You're the one that's got to look at it every day. So get something that you like. If something comes down below the halfway line, might be up maybe a little bit in the fin. If the fish looks good to you, you're not going to show it. That's the one you want. And fish are very reasonable here in Thailand. I got it when I go to do that guppy deal. I'm going to do another video on the koi that this guy has. This guy has some really good quality koi, and they're reasonable. I want to say that how big were those fish? 35 centimeters or so. Let me see. Those ones out in the tank that I got. One is 43. You see that? And one of them's 50. I got to get them out of there. But anyway, I think they were like 1,000 baht, $30 for. I think they were. I'm gonna take my camera when I go, and I'm gonna try to go today because I want to look at the guppies. But I'll do another video on because it's been a while. It's probably been 2 or 3 years since I did that one on that koi, and they're still the same guy there. He owns that giant, what do you call it, feed store or whatever, and then behind it is the vet that we go to. All his. He must have a little bit of dough, obviously, but the fish he's got there are very decent quality. And if you do make it this way, and you want to bring a couple of them back, how far is it from where you're at to where I'm at in Surin? Hey, Jack, morning to you. I don't know if I said hello to you. You've been here for a while, haven't you, Paul? How you doing? Hope you're well. Yeah, so feeling energetic, got a bunch of energy, getting on an e-bike, got to get to the gym at least 3 days a week, and then and then start going. But nothing really holding me back. Like I don't really want to set up the set up the trailer, and I don't. I've got the energy to do it, so we'll see. I don't know if I've got the age to do it. Yeah, I can do it, but I'm going to have Sim go with me and help me. But it'll be fun. And then, like I said, if you guys haven't seen the video that I have out, this is the gate that he did. And like I said, that whole thing, taking the wall down, building 2 steps on the other, metal structure, and the tile. That's not wood, it's tile, or chunks of ceramic and decking, and built the steel for that. The steel and everything on the deal, put this expanded metal on there, built that little sitting area. I don't think it's a sitting area. It's going to be let me go in here so I can show you. Got this little deal there. I think my wife's going to have plants on that. Moved all the water lines, moved the electrical. I forgot about that. Moved a 2-inch, I'm talking with my hands again. 2-inch electrical was going on the outside of that wall, so he had to move that and then before he could take that section of the wall out, and he had to move the water line down below. So that whole deal, material and everything, was 8,200 baht. So so let just I think the baht's about 32, right? It's got to be close. 32 or 8,200 divided by 32, 250 US dollars, 256. Um, I mean, and that's with the material, you know. Getting things done here, you know, is amazing. Having property and being in a situation like I'm doing is awesome, satisfying. The smile on my in-laws' face, my wife's face, it's all priceless shit, you know. I think he lost 10 kilo last year. Did I? I'm over 10 kilo now. I'm going to weigh myself when I go out to the garage. I think I'm around I started out right at about 120. Okay. I was just a smidge under, I think 119.9. So it was 120. The last time I weighed myself, I was 110. So I lost 10 kilo, 22 pounds. And I haven't weighed myself in about a week. So I'll weigh myself. But I think I'm down in the 10 somethings. I think 8 or 9, maybe. We'll see. And it's coming off just perfectly. Like I said, when I get to where I'm not seeing anything week after week after week after week, then I'll make the adjustment, more exercise or less intake. And I'd like to keep the 16 to 1800 calories. I'd like to keep that the same because I'm very rarely hungry. And if I'm hungry, I like carrots. So I'll take half a carrot and eat a carrot and I'm good to go. So. You certainly, yeah, you sure do, man. I'll tell you. And like I said, this man's quality of his work quality, is that my wife out there? She's got to be, yeah. She's out in her garden. She's off today and ready to go. Yeah, and those Japanese cucumbers that she is growing are just great. I'll make a little salad every now and then. She really likes it. She likes doing the gardening. Like I said, she gets home after 9 hours at work and the sun just going down 5:30. She'll spend an hour and a half out there and come in. I go, wow, you worked way over tonight. Oh no, I've been outside for the last hour in my garden. She goes, are you mad? I said, no. Hey, whatever flicks your switch. If I get to Thailand, it'd be great to meet. Yeah, it would. Yeah, any time that you can get here, you let me know. And if you don't have a bunch of dough and you're not set on, I've got to go to this, and this, I'll give you a place to stay. Yeah, but they're big, man. The ones that I got from Bo, they made perfect pickles. And I'd like to do that again. I still have the containers, and if you make them and eat them, you can do it. You don't need to, they'll stay in the refrigerator, just brined 3 months or something, before they start to turn. But if I just made a couple, I made 4 of them last time. I think I ate 2 and the other 2 sat in there rotted for a year. But she enjoys doing it, and she enjoys. I didn't really want to lay out the dough to do this, but when you're talking, because when I'm breaking it down, I'm going on 10,000 baht, and because the bathroom's going to be 12 to 15,000, and I kind of put that on the back burner. And now that I think about it, I'm going, what's that going to be, like $500? So I don't know. It makes it's hard to gauge stuff, especially when you're 8,000. The 1,000. Growing up in the United States, you're thinking dollars, but $256. He worked on it for 2.5 days, and 2 of those, a day and a half of that was with 2 guys. So he made 1,000 baht a day, which is good money, for a Thai person. For anybody here in Thailand, that's a good, a good wage. So we'll see. Same here. I lost 8 kilo from the last Christmas. Eat a little bit, everybody. Yeah, it would have been perfect for me to lose if I was an eater. I would have, ate and gained 10 kilo on Thanksgiving. I ate turkey and prime rib and, 20 pounds of mashed potatoes with butter and gravy and everything else, making myself drool. Probably my favorite thing in the whole world. Loads and loads of Italian or sourdough bread and mashed potatoes and gravy. Maybe, like I said, man, I look at it now. If I didn't change my lifestyle, which I've made when I say I'm going to do something and I actually put my mind to it, this is the way I'm going to stay, right? I'm going to, if my eating habits are done. I'm going to be 69 years old on the 22nd. And the way I look at it, your whole life I was like this, except when I was younger, when I was working out and in sports up until my early 20s before I hurt myself real bad. I was always in good shape. Then I just would go fat, skinny, or fat normal. I was never skinny my whole life. And I got to eat anything I wanted. McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Burger King, junk food, shit, anything I wanted. 4 o'clock in the morning, drunk on my motorcycle, driving through the Jack in the Box drive-through. I just had an absolute ball with food and partying, and I just put that in my mind. You got to do it your whole life. Now it's time to to man up and eat a little on the healthy side. So I am eating good. I'll have to share my what I did to get to the point when I achieve the weight that I want to be at. Then I'll do a video on exactly what I was eating. My wife, she blames. Thanks, Nikki. I appreciate it. My wife blames me. She said she gained like maybe, I don't know, 3-4 kilo or something maybe. And she's so little, She blames it on me because she wouldn't be able to eat all the crap that she could eat now because she's with me. No one gets limited. Oh, we're going out to eat. No, you can only have rice and chicken. You can't have, what you want. The only thing that cracks me up when you sit down, if you haven't experienced it with, when the kids are here, and we all go out to eat, or even when it's just when we go traveling, it's me, my wife, the 2 kids, and my mother-in-law. Okay, 5 women. All right. We sit down and it's like, it took me a while to get used to it. The food never stops. It just keeps coming and coming and coming. What did you order? And then they bring half of it home, but it never, then when it dawned on me, I'm going, do you really give a shit, Dave? And I thought about it. I'm going, no, the whole meal was like $12 or something, $15. I said, no, just keep your mouth shut or maybe they'll order more. And they love seafood is when it racks up, and they love seafood. Get them to a seafood buffet. That's okay. But it still costs you, 800 baht or something each. I don't know. But they do love to eat. And I they're twigs. My wife, like I said, a few pounds. My mother-in-law, but she's my age. She's in the mid 60s. Yeah. I just got to get on a freaking routine, get up at the same time in the morning, do my routine there. Maybe I'll wait and go to the gym early. I don't know what time they open. Go there, do my workout, come back, have my breakfast, and then, go on with my day. It was so embedded in my friends. My friends were huge, 19, 21-inch arms. Just massive, men. I was glad that they were my friends. But they've been doing it since they were like 2, and if they, it didn't matter whether they were going to vacation, where they were going, they had to hit the gym. Oh, I got to go to the gym. I got to every day. I got to go to the gym. I got to go to the gym. Now, I'm not going to go crazy, but if I could get in probably to break down some acid and shit in here, I'm probably going to be in pain. I'll go 2 weeks every day and work through the pain. And then once the pain subsides, maybe 2-3 weeks down, maybe 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then I'm going to need to figure out something, because if I'm traveling, I'm going to be traveling Monday through Friday. So I want to do it, because once I get started in the gym, I want to stick with it. So we'll see. Yeah, mashed potatoes are my weakness. That and bread, man. I can sit down when we go out for, I get together with my friends, especially my one Italian friend, and we meet up with all, and a bunch of other Italians. They just bring out this bread that was just fresh out of the freaking oven, and we didn't use butter. We used olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, maybe a little dab of balsamic and pepper. And some people would put salt. I didn't put too much salt, and dip it in that. And I could just, God knows how many calories and carbs I could sit there and devour before my meal even got there, and then I had to look at the meal. And that's why, if you're watching this and you're raising kids, which you're probably not, because I think most of the people that are watching this are beyond their childbearing years, don't force them to eat, man. You can't let the little bastards say, I'm full, I don't want to eat, and then 10 minutes later give them a half gallon of ice cream. You gotta be, you gotta be smart about it, but don't force them, man. My extremes on the other one, my stepdad, you don't eat your dinner, you're eating it for breakfast. You don't eat it for breakfast, you're eating it for lunch. You don't eat it for lunch, you're eating it for dinner tomorrow. And he would stick to it. And so, and it wasn't, you had to clean your plate, because there's people starving some freaking place in the world, that line, just the worst things you could bounce around in a kid's head, and that was eating disorder. I just, whatever I took on my plate, I ate it all, and I wasn't smart enough that maybe I'll just take a little and then I'll go back. Oh no. And especially if you were, it was the quick and the starving at family functions. You either got in there and got something to eat, or you didn't eat. Everybody would take their share in one deal. So if you do kick across this, or you're my grandkids looking at this thing, 15 years from now, don't force your kids to eat. Be smart. Okay, what did I say? Toad in the hole. Yeah, and they're such good. And I love food, man. I love to cook food. I think if I would have wanted to do what I really wanted to do, was one of two things: either become a doctor or a chef, full-blown chef. I did learn from some chefs. I don't consider myself completely knowledgeable, but boy, I can cook some food, man. Good tasting food. Yeah, when we would get together, it was the whole family. You're talking about, like I said, my uncles. One uncle had 7 kids. One uncle had 3. Then me, and then friends of the family. They're at Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever, Easter, crap like that. We used to back then. The family would get together. We brought that from the East Coast, and then we let it fizzle out. They still do it, I think, in the East Coast. But it was the quick and the starving, man. You didn't get up there and get your fill and on your plate. There was very slim chances you were going to get a second go around. It did happen, because they would cook, and every freaking meal had to have lasagna. We'd have turkey and, everything, all the fixing for Christmas and Thanksgiving. But there was always a giant deal of lasagna. Always. So, yeah, mashed potatoes. Yeah, that's my killer right there too. And I went and I ate Fluky's burgers. When I went to Chuck's, I had a way too much pizza and a salad. And it didn't harm me because I had the mindset. Now, if I didn't have the mindset, I would have just rolled out of that right back into my old habits of the way that I was going to eat. And, I didn't. As soon as I got back home, right back on exactly what I was doing. So I can do that. I can go and have a hamburger and visit with, like I went with Chuck and Paige for that. And it seems like with Chuck and Paige for that and the pizza. Pizza was good at that place in Tat Panome. It's good. Now you're hungry. I know I'm starting to make myself a little hungry too. I got to pour a Coke. I got a glass of ice. I think my coffee's about done. But I know I know we had talked about it before. I still want to hit that place. I know you still want to get out and have you done a practice 10 just now the sun's coming out. I think you were going to do a practice camping deal in the yard, it's showing sunshine for the next 5 or 6 days. We'll get together and go to that same place. I think it'd be awesome. I'll take my trailer, go there. I'll go for the whole week like I'm doing here. Because it's only from me, I think it's an hour and 15 minutes or something like that. So I got to get set up. I've got to finish the trailer for the e-bike on the back. And I know if I level that out, trailer's going to pull phenomenally. And it'll be, it'll probably just be me. I doubt my wife will go. But what I liked about the places that we went is even if you're camping, most of these places now in Thailand, they'll cook chicken wings, krapao moo, pad thai, dishes for you and charge a really reasonable amount. And they have drinks and everything else. If you went camping, all you need is in your car is your tent, your sleeping bag, if you don't even need that, something to sleep on and a pillow and a fan, and you can go just about anywhere and they'll, I would always bring an ice chest with what you want to drink. But I'd like to do that. I know we had talked about it. He will miss it again. Who, me? You missed it. I said earlier we are going to your campground tomorrow. So you're going to Surin? Because I when they called, I was going to go Monday through Friday, and then I'm going to go golfing with Andrew. But when my wife did the thing, she said the lady, this one in Surin, they didn't have any openings for the weekend, so that's why I'm asking. Okay, the one in Sisaket, or it might be in Surin. I don't know. I think it's in Sisaket. Yeah, that one I like better actually. You're going to that one only for 2 nights. Plan later next week. Cool. So you're going. What did you say? You're going. You missed it. I said earlier we are going tomorrow. So tomorrow is Sunday. How many days just for Sunday and Monday or something? Yeah, it's just a kid. Okay. Only for 2 nights. Plan later next week. Okay. Yeah, I'd like to do that. I want to do that. I want to go there. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know. I like that place. And that guy caught fish. I wouldn't fish it the exact same way he did. That tide fishing. I don't know how to do that. What I would throw is I would throw a bobber and keep a piece of shrimp. So far it's not very deep out there. Find out how deep it is. Throw a bobber out there and let it sit. And I think I would have decent luck. That's what I'll try next time. I've got about 80 fishing rods and shit. I went ape shit over buying stuff again. No flooding for us, but plenty of flooding. Flooding in Thailand. A lot of people. My wife said it's over like 100 people have lost their lives. No rain since the 17th. We've gotten a couple of nights, a little drizzles, but nothing bad. Hey Maui, how you doing? Hope you're well. Yeah, so hopefully I'm going to do a video when I go camping. I put the one out today, like I said, on the gate. Let's see what my wife's doing. She doing? Oh, she closed the gate. But guy did a great job. It's awesome, and now we can leave that open. The dogs have everything over there. They can run in there. They're happier than pigs and manure. I almost said shite, but yeah. So that one went out. So at least I got something out. Then I like to do that one. I like to finish the koi one, the kayak trailer one, and the fishing trailer for the e-bike. So I've got 3 or 4 videos that I have to complete. I just need to complete them. I think, oh, now there's 2 people there. Who's that? Let's see. Is that him? Yeah, he didn't put a lock or anything on it. Let me get over to this other window so I can see who it is. Yeah, that's him. That's the solar man. He's the one that built it. And I mean, it does. It tracks nice. It rolls nice. He did a good job. And like I said, for $250, all the demo, move the electrical, move the water, build all the structure, build that the arbor deal for her roses to go up, and he does good work. I wonder what he's planning on doing today. I probably should. I'm debating. I'm having a problem, a dilemma, and my dilemma is that he's considered family too. He's somehow around the bend, kind of a cousin of something. But the one that really did all the work there, that's the drunk. I really want to give him the work, but I told my wife I don't want to pay double for one thing. And when he orders shit, if he needs 2,000 baht worth of material, he'll get 5,000 baht worth of material. And then I've got, all this material left over. And I really don't until we sell that other house. If I'm going to do these things, which I want to do the bathroom out there, is probably what it should. And I'll probably end the video fairly soon so that I can get out and talk to him, because I'm gathering my wife doesn't have her phone. But, but I want him to work, and his wife is calling my wife saying, is Dave going to do that? Is he going to use him to, he could use the work, we need the money. And, she's the only one that really, besides him working here, he doesn't work any other place. Very rarely, a little gig here, a little gig there. She cleans up the NT, the TOT, their buildings. She's not actually employed by the government, but she's employed to clean the buildings. So, and she's a good lady. She tries the best she can to support her family, and me trying to drum something into him, like he wanted to do the bathroom. Here's a perfect deal to explain it. I don't want to bid it. He didn't want to bid it because he's not working, right? Because this is what he wants. Well, what I figured now, he's building a 2-block high, then metal structure and metal roof, and then putting roofing around it and a door, and setting a toilet and a sink. Okay. 3 people. 3 people. Why do you need 3 people? I know why he needs 3 people. He's not going to work. He doesn't work. I watched him on this front fence on the front of the property here. He sit over there drinking, probably. I didn't actually see any little bottles, but he, sorry, I thought it was a bug crawling on me. And 2 guys or 3 guys would work. And he wondered why he didn't make any money on the bid that he gave. Well, it's because he didn't work. If you, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I'm not in a position, if I had the money for the property, and like I said, it was paid off, and I had my spare cash back in the bank account, I wouldn't worry about it. Go ahead, and let him make his money. But I don't want to do it. I got to do that house for 500,000 baht, and that's coming out. We're going to try to sell it. We think that the house is worth 2 million. And what we're going to do is I got 1.2 put back in mine, and then 500 to build that, and then there'll be what 300 left to go to her mom and dad, so they've got a little bit in the bank. Not that I would have to do that. My wife can do what she wants, her money. But I got to build a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 2 air conditioned kitchen, outdoor kitchen house for $500,000. And I can do it. I put it on paper. I know exactly what I need to do. But, and he's going to be the part of doing that. But, you know, I'm not going to let him, you know, if he gets drowned, I'll send him home. Go home, you know, and we'll go and see what happens. You know, just heading to Surin Monday, she's only staying one night. Wow. Just so you know, I see you. You see me? Who do you see? Got to get to work now. Hey, have you put a video out recently? You were putting one out every day, and I don't think I've seen one in a couple of days. If you guys aren't subscribed, subscribe to Paradise N Thailand. All right, Kenny, take it easy, man. I think I'm gonna end the video. Well, there's 16 of you in here. You guys want me to end the video or not? Let me kill my coffee and pour a Coke, and now 2 people went away. And my wife doesn't really know anything about the koi pond, and like I said, that's going to be 100. That's water. Let me grab a Coke. Coke Zero. No sugar. You guys hear that? All right, Jackson, take it easy. I'm going to end it pretty soon anyway. But I'll drink a little bit of Coke. But like I said, I really think I can build the koi pond for 100, and a pretty big one. Like I'm thinking 2.5 meters deep, and around 8 meters by 6 meters. I think that would probably bring me over 12,000 gallons. What would that be? I mean, I can do the calculations on it. So if I built it, what is 8 meters? I'm horrible. Let's see. 8 meters is how many feet? 26 foot 2. So 26 by 6 meters. 26 by 6 is 19. So 20 by 26. So if you go 20 times 26 times 2 point, no, that's wrong. That's meters. That would be 6, maybe 8 foot deep. 8 foot times 7.5 equals, that's saying 31,000. I don't get that much. So it doesn't need, I'm only going to be 12. All right, so let's say 15 by 20. 15 by 20, that's plenty big enough. I'll make it 7 foot deep times 7.5. That's 15,000 gallons. So I think that's, what did I say? 15 by 20, right? 15 by 20. 15,000 gallons. That'll be a monster pond. And I'll probably buy some big fish. I won't raise any in there. I'll go and pay the money. Probably not going to be the best quality in the world, but I'm talking maybe some full meter long fish. I do have a kind of a side connection. I think I do to find those. Hey, Internet Monster, how you doing? Hope you're well. We're talking koi. You always seem to come right around. Yeah, it will be. It'll be fun. It's actually pretty easy. Like I said, I bought one of those laser levels. You know, I bought one and gave it to him. He broke his and lost it. I bought another one that I have in my garage. And when you got that, man, it's pretty easy. You just dig a pit, and then lay out in the bottom the bottom slab, put in the bottom drain, something like that. I probably run two or three uh, 4 inch. I have to do the calculations. You don't want to make another people make mistakes. Is I want to put in this giant bottom drain. They oversize their freaking bottom drains, and then they have a hard time. Excuse me, flushing all the crap and bacteria. I flush my drains once a week just by opening up a valve and rushing water through it. I've got one. I almost put two in this one, but one is plenty. It works. It's been working good. So probably two in there would probably be fine. Two 4 inch, and then come up into a drum filter. From the drum filter, over pumps in the end of the bays, ceramics. Um, I don't know if I'll have a moving bed. I'll have to see. Ceramics that I bought, like the stuff you had, like I said, I've had this stuff. It's old. It's so seasoned. It's awesome. And it's not crumbly and breaking up. But that mountain tree stuff is way out there in left field, way too expensive. But anyway, build that, two big UV lights in there, and you just set it, level it up, and the pond will be above grade about a meter. So it'll be like 6 meters below or so, or I'm sorry, not 6 meters, 6 feet below, and then maybe 2 feet above. So it'll be 8 foot deep. So it'll be a little more, it'll be about 16, 17,000 gallons. I have my well, which makes it nice, so I don't have to worry about city water. I have city water too, what I call city water. But my pump and my well is freaking awesome. So filling it and that kind of stuff, I'd probably take a couple of days so I don't pump my well dry. But I think I really want to do it. She's not going to dig the idea, but I think she will. But I have to wait and wait until the house sells, and I'll do them both at the same time. I'll have because what well, when I do that, I want somebody to do the concrete slab. He's not that great on concrete slabs or my concrete driveway. Talking about the one that drinks um, for the house. The slab for the pond, that didn't matter. Sloped it right. I told him what I wanted, how I wanted it come into the drains, everything fall down into the bottom drains, and doing that. So at the same time, when I have a company come to do that, I'll have them do that, and then I want the solar man to actually do the steel structure and roofing deal, and then Toon can come in after that and do everything else, except for the electrical and stuff like that. Do all the block like he did on the garage, the tile he can do. You can do a lot, making it smooth, setting up the kitchen, the sink, the bathroom, all that kind of stuff he can do. But for the couple of weeks that he could do that, he could at least get the pond up to where he could float between both the pond and the house, because I'll have a concrete slab and the drum. So I might even build a pump house, which would be freaking awesome. I always wanted a nice, clean pump house, so I might do that now that I mentioned. I'm going to start drawing this thing up, so maybe I'll put it in the part 2 of the koi video. All right. I'm guessing, Ron, if it's that big, you really don't want to maybe 10, 15 fish, something like that. Maybe a few more. I'll probably overpopulate it. But it would be nice, and once they're in there, I don't mind. There's a big thing out there that says that big fish put out hormones that make small fish not grow. It's been drummed in my brain. I've never really asked Google. I probably should. I don't know if it's a fallacy, if it's bullshit, or what it is, but it's always in my mind. It's always been there. And to their environment, they're only going to get so big. I've seen guys in little grow-on ponds, grow fish up to, damn near a meter, So I don't know, but what I would do once I get what I want, the big ones in there, I don't want to overpopulate it with a bunch of fish 3 inches long, but like the ones I got here, the 50 centimeters and stuff like that, maybe 4 or 5 of those, and something like that, maybe 20 fish. I have to do the calculations on it. But why do people pay extra for sea view? What is that? Oh, you're talking about in a sea view from a hotel? The only thing with large treatment costs. Well, it isn't the. Yeah, you know what though? Here in Thailand, the I would say formalin and Michelin green Michelite. I don't know how they say it. And between that and um, PP, we'll get rid of pretty much everything. Uh, I haven't had to use anything but those two here in 5 years, even with the temporary ponds and all that kind of stuff. I've had good luck with bugs and stuff. Um, I never salt my ponds. I don't do it. Um, I would salt the quarantine tank. I didn't, but I would do that. But it's just once you put salt in something, it's such a pain in the ass to get out. And especially, you imagine how much salt I would need for 15,000 gallon pond. So I wouldn't do that. So short of the maintenance that it would take, I'm going to try to build it to be as maintenance free as possible. And drum, I think, is the way to go. And maybe I would have two. I don't know. I enjoy drawn ponds. So I'm going to enjoy drawing it. Then I can go, okay, I need one of these setups. That's going to cost me 30,000 baht or something. I'm going to need this many block, this much concrete, this much labor, this much coping stone, for a major part. And I got to cover at least half of it with an arbor of some good. I'd like to do a wooden one, although my wife would go, okay, it'll be eaten in a week, or the bugs here, which they are bad now. I'm sure that Craig would, he's got a wooden house. So does Andrew, and their houses are still standing. So I don't know. It would be cool. And then at least I know how much it's going to be, because I know approximately probably 3 to 4 guys for 2 weeks in there to get the major part of it done. And then, 1 or 2 guys for another couple of weeks to make it smooth and paint it and, do a bunch of stuff. So maybe a month and a half for the labor, maybe 2 months. But you're talking about 400 baht, see, a week. Let's say a 5-day work week. Even if you paid them 500, that would be what? 500 times 2 equals times 5 equals 5,000 divided by 32. $150 a week for 2 people. So, and if it took them times 6 weeks, you're talking $1,000 in labor. So 1,000 times 32 is 30,000 baht. And then you probably got another 30,000 in material, not counting the filtration. And then you probably got another 30,000 in filtration, maybe more. The only other thing is pumps. I'm going to run those same pumps. I dig those pumps. I had that little bitty, I don't know if you saw it, that little bitty red adjustable pump on that quarantine tank. I put one of those 12,000s because that's all I had. I always had one new one there, and I did have a couple of used ones, but I've used them as backups. And I put it on there, running it on number 1, and it's perfect coming through there. I don't know what that is, a couple thousand. I don't know, but it's got a nice flow through it. So I would run those. I'd probably run, let's see. I'm talking, people are dropping off anyway, so I'll end after I get done rambling about the koi. If I had, let me go to Google. 15,000 gallons is how many liters? 56,000 liters. 56,000 liters. Okay, divine. All right. 56,000 divided by 12,000 is 4 pumps. Would do it once an hour, and that's plenty on a pond that size. I wouldn't. Could go a little bit more. I'll probably run 5 pumps in the end, or maybe I'll get. I've been thinking about, since the one that I put those in there. I like that I can adjust the flow. Are those ones that do like 26,000, and they're got that big top, 3-inch freaking PVC on the top. But I don't know what the head is on them, and I might try that, one of those and maybe 2 of the other ones, one for each tower on the 12s, and then maybe a 30,000 liter big one to go to a big waterfall feature of some kind. So I'll have to draw it. I'll keep it up. Maybe I'll start the koi channel, and you can be one of the first subscribers, maybe the only subscriber. I don't know if the same for you, but Shopee no longer sells the pump. My wife's a Shopee person. I'm a Lasada guy. I just bought that one. Let me see. I want to say. Let me see. Where's tune? We go here. I got to buy another one, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Okay. Let's see if I got it in here. No. Let's see. Let's see. What the hell is that? Barrier bag. Let's see what happens if I go here. Let me go. Sorry, I know people. You'll just drop off. I know they have them because I just looked at them. Trying to find it again. I don't know why. Here's the one here, 16,000 liters, 1,800 baht. That's the one like I'm talking. Here's a 26,000 for 2,600. I might try one of those and bring that up to a big water feature, because it's not going to have much head on it anyway. And I'll oversize the pipe and the deals. But I might try one, because I've been threatening to try one for a long time. But I want to say they were like 2,000 baht, but I'm not having luck finding it right now. I know I've got it saved somewhere. Pump variable. Let's see. Got it showing me everything, but here's a 3,500, 55,000 liters, 3,500. And I've seen, especially here in Thailand, I've seen them build with these ponds with these pumps. Let me try one more thing, and then I'll end this thing and do it. But I think they were like 19, right around 2,000, right around $60. What was I going to try? Oh, DC. Let's see what comes up. I mean, my last try, if I have anybody watching. Yeah, it's not going to show up. But I'm almost positive it was like 19, 2,000, 2,100 on Lasada. You'll find it. If I get it, I'll try to get the light out of here. So I'll try to get it to you. All right. Yeah, I'm going to take off too. Those are driving. Yeah, this thing is, you've seen them, I know, before. They come up and they step up and then they go to like a 3-inch hole in the top of them. And I've seen them use it. This one was 55,000. So, like I said, if I build off of what I figured I'd do is I'd put maybe 2 showers on the 20-foot side, and then in the center build a not necessarily real high flowing waterfall into it, and not very long, and maybe because the pumps aren't at the bottom of the pond, and the pumps aren't drawing the water from the bottom of the pond. They're drawing it right, only coming up 1 meter to the top of the pond, and then whatever above that. So I know the thing's got a pump to probably 6 meters or something. They probably drop way the hell off, but I'll have to look at it. I'll let you know. I'll keep you advised. Maybe I'll start that deal. You know what? They're just so expensive to run. Is the problem. Now they make high volume, low pressure. They look like swimming pool pumps, koi pond pumps that pull way low amp draw. I'm not really worried too much about the amp draw per se, because I have the solar. So I'm not really worried about it. I never did even take a drink of this. All right. So signing off from the Koi channel. I'll see what it's going to take. You guys will be probably the first to know. If I go on Wednesday, I'll probably do the live stream in the morning and then have the truck hooked up and ready to go and everything. And at 9 o'clock, head over to camping. So I won't miss a live stream. And I'll be back, obviously, before Saturday. All right, let me go over here and thank everybody here. Let's see, and my outro. So thanks, you guys, for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you get a chance to go over and check out the video, that would be appreciated. Yeah, I'll go see what else is happening. So everybody have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. And I will catch you on the next one.